Yo, I'm Christine, and shit, you gotta watch Westworld. So I just finished Westworld yesterday. I'm like still, whoa! You've probably seen people talking about Westworld these past few months, past few weeks maybe, at least. So I tried to start to watch it. It's on HBO, so if you have HBO Go, you can watch it, you can find it another way. Whatever you want to do. I had no idea what it was about going into it. The first time I tried to watch it, I stopped 3 minutes in. Because the first shot is of a girl and she's like so clearly messed up and the fly lands on her eyeball and I'm just like, wow, I don't know if I want this. No, you want it though. You want this. Push through if you get creeped out in the first episode in the first 10 minutes. Westworld takes place in the future where there's this amusement park called Westworld where really rich people, because it costs like $40,000 a day to attend this park. This park is basically the Old West. The creators of the park, the people who run it, have managed to create real robot people. They feel like people, they have blood like people, they bleed like people, they die like people, they have feelings like people, they talk like people. They're so sophisticated. They have scripted lines, but they all can improv. It's insane. So in this park, you live like you're in the Old West. You could shoot people. You know, they're not actually people, but you can shoot people and be violent. It's about the people running this park, the people go to this park, and the beings in the park, which they call hosts. It is just crazy. Just wait till you watch the show. It just really sticks with you. J.J. Abrams is a producer on it. Jonathan Nolan is one of the creators and directs a lot of the episodes. Jonathan Nolan is Christopher Nolan's brother. The show is like one big film. You know, it's not TV, it's HBO. The score! I've been just dreaming the score. It's in my head at all times. But I'm writing now, I turn on the Westworld score and I'm like, shit, I'm so focused. It's fantastic! It makes you think. I love shows like that. Those are my favorite. Like, I'd give the show 100. It was 100. It could be a mini-series if it wanted to be, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a series because it's under series on the HBO website. And I'm excited for more. I don't even know what else to tell you. Evan Rachel Wood plays one of the leads. Another guy that I know from a lot of stuff plays Teddy. Oh, BT plays one of the lead characters, BT from the Hunger Games series. His character is a lot like his character in the Hunger Games, so it was like, whoa. That's gonna be it for my non-spoiler section because I want to talk about this. Like, I'm bursting with the need to discuss what I just watched. You have fun. If you haven't watched it yet, go do it. Then come back and let's talk about it, okay? A+ to Westworld season 1. Holy good. Bye non-spoilery, folks. Goodbye. 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 Bye. Okay, so we're about to get into spoilers. So my favorite character was Dolores. I root for her the whole time. It's so interesting how they take us into the show from the point of view of the hosts. It's perfect. We first see Dolores. You want her to be okay. And we see her wake up and go through her loop. The whole idea of loops just, oh, it struck so many chords. It was so interesting because, yeah, we see them on their loop. They're just repeating, but we don't realize it until we go through the first loop. We go through the day with her and we see her life. That first scene with the old guy, when Teddy and Dolores go up to the house to find her dad and it's dark and you hear the bullets and everyone's dying. The old guy walks up to them and is like, what if I told you there's nothing you can do to hurt me? And they're just shooting him and the bullets are just bouncing off and they are horrified. And then he just grabs Dolores by her hair and pulls her to like some barn and there's nothing we can do. He's just like an almighty god and we don't really understand Westworld that much yet. So we're really in the mindset of Dolores and I love that. I love the way they told the story. It was magnificent because it came full circle. So many of the other characters around us already knew what was going on, but we didn't know because we were seeing from Dolores and Dolores is seeing all different time periods at once because her brain is going crazy and when they remember things it's like it's real. That episode when we realized that she could lie and they asked her, would you ever hurt a living thing? And she was like, of course not. And then we see her out in Westworld again and there's a fly on her neck and she kills it. Ah! And then the moment when she can't pull the trigger with Teddy to practice shooting, but then she can pull the trigger when she has to defend William in that scene with the Confederados. Oh my god, it was so badass. How did you do that? How did you do that. I just imagined a narrative in which I didn't have to be the damsel. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, she did. Watch out. She's just excellent. Oh my god, the whole twist with Wyatt at the end, it was just amazing. Let's talk about Maeve. In the beginning, we keep seeing Maeve, so we know she's got to be important. We're watching her lose, and then we have that scene where she wakes up when they're fixing her, and it's insane. What a crazy end to an episode. Oh my god, I can't even pinpoint the best episode. They're all just so good. I don't know what to think of her. I respect her so much, and I think she's such an interesting character, but there are some moments where I'm just like, oh, I know they've been forcing her to live in this hell loop, but they don't really understand that she has awareness like she does, and she just takes her revenge by murdering everyone at the end. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think of the guy that's helping her. The quiet Asian guy, who I like him, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, but she's murdering people. Oh my god, the guy who plays the bandit who helps her, it took me so long to place him. I was just like, I know him. Why do I know him? And then it all dawned on me, he's Carl from Love Actually. What a change of character pace. I'm not gonna lie, he's way more attractive as this villainous bandit character. I like him. I'm rooting for Maeve. Like, I want her to succeed. Now, we find out at the end from Bernard that someone has been tinkering with her code and someone gave her the idea to escape, and all this actually has been orchestrated no matter how aware of her situation that she actually is. And I like that on the train, she kind of realizes, I can't leave without my daughter. That's my decision. She gets off the train. When the guy, whoever was changing her code's decision was for her to escape. I don't know. Who do you think is doing this? Who do you think changed her code to get her to escape? I thought it had to be someone we knew. I honestly don't know who it would be. The twists! Oh my god. All the twists were devastating. You can't twist the show into being something uplifting. It's a devastating show. Every realization is just more devastating than the one before it. And all little plot twists, I saw the twist like 30 seconds before the twist happened. Every time I couldn't believe it. The first one that really got me was Bernard. Bernard being a host. It was so upsetting because we were all rooting for you. And Elsie, I loved Elsie. And I'm so upset that I don't know if she's dead or not because we don't see a body. It's not like the other woman that he was in a relationship with that we saw die. Where the hell is Elsie? Where the hell is the other guy that saw Elsie on the map and went out to find her? The kind of douchey guy that was kind of her friend that worked with her. Where are they? I hated finding out that Bernard was the one who was made to drag Elsie away or whatever happened to Elsie. She was a great character. I was upset we didn't see her for all the other episodes. Back to Bernard. Oh god. It was that line that started to give it away. Why would I want to take away my grief? It's all I have left of them. We hear Maeve say the same thing. Then when they go to this random house looking for answers, the woman's like, what's this door? And Bernard's like, what door? That's when it really starts to hit you. Oh my god. Becky, look at her butt. Oh my god. But I was like, no, it's just dark. He didn't see it. I was in complete denial. He couldn't be one of them. It's just like when we see that picture of New York City in the beginning, when the hosts look at it, they're like, I don't see anything. I don't see anything there. I don't understand anything with that. And then you go downstairs, there's the blueprints for Bernard. Everything crumbles and it's the worst. That was the worst, but it wasn't the worst. We were so sure of Bernard because he has that dream. He has that memory of him and his son. And when the old man makes him freeze all motor functions right after the woman realizes he's a host, it burned. The next reveal with Bernard is that he is Arnold. And I started saying it, like I said, like 30 seconds. I was like, oh my god, he is Arnold. He's Arnold. He's Arnold. He's Arnold. That wasn't as devastating. That actually made me feel a little better. And then we realized that the old man isn't as bad of a guy as we thought he was. I thought he killed Arnold, but he didn't. Arnold orchestrated this himself. That just made me feel better about things. He didn't kill his partner. I know he's still a shit guy, but he kind of redeemed himself in the end. Let's go to the biggest twist. I don't know if this was the biggest twist for you, but this was the biggest, most devastating thing. We have William. It's done so well. You don't have the slightest clue. I mean, I didn't have the slightest clue that we were going back in time. Like, I knew something weird was happening with Dolores, but I was so sure of William. I loved that character. I loved the dark and the light. It was so J.J. Abrams from the very beginning with him and his soon-to-be brother-in-law, Ben Barnes, when they got dressed and there was the dark hats and the light hats and he picked the light hat. His relationship with Dolores was so nice. His eyes were so clear. It was so upsetting. It wasn't till that very moment when she said, William's gonna come and save me. Our love is real. Our love is pure. And I was just like, it is real. And it is pure. And I love you guys. And you ship you so hard. And I hope he takes you away out of the park and blah, 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 blah. It was the biggest bummer ever, like a tear-worthy bummer, when the old man was like, I used to know a guy named William. My world just crumbles. My Westworld just crumbles. All my dreams. It must have been so horrible for Dolores in that moment. So horrible. It was so horrible for me. It's still so horrible. Like, I hate knowing that. I hate knowing that Westworld turned him into this monster. And that moment when we go back and see what happened after when he was looking for Dolores and he finally finds her again after being so violent and she doesn't remember him. To just realize, like, the very beginning, that monster that we saw in that first episode was William. It hurt. Like, he attacked Dolores like that. And I respected Dolores so much when she, like, took his face as an old man and was like, I am crying for you. And then she beat his ass up. I'm still upset about it. I love that actor that played young William. It's so interesting and mind-boggling and in a way very scary. The realization at the end of the show that the world belongs to these hosts because they do not die, they do not age, but they have a consciousness. Everything the creator guy has said before starts to make sense. Just give it time, but the world is gonna be theirs, and this world already is. Because we're all gonna die eventually. They won't, and they'll learn how to fix themselves. That concept is crazy. The harder you think about Arnold, like, Arnold is living on as a machine with a consciousness. He just doesn't know that he is Arnold. I mean, it's not the person, but it's really close to being him. It's scary. We end the show with a shootout going on inside the Game Maker Studios building and outside in the Westworld where all these guests are there to see the opening of this new narrative. Is everyone gonna die? Who's gonna emerge alive after that? What's gonna happen to the park? Let's talk about Teddy for a second. I don't know what to think of Teddy because I don't really like him. He's like a generic Ken character for me who has a dark, troubled past. It turns out though that his past was just that he loved Dolores, so he helped Dolores murder all the hosts in the park. And I wanted to like him. Like, in the beginning I liked him, but then when I saw his loop go, I was just annoyed by him. I was grateful when he came and helped Dolores at the end, but in general, Teddy's not thinking for himself enough yet for me. I want Dolores and old William to be together, and it's impossible. I just love how thought-provoking the show is and how beautifully it came full circle. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any theories for next season, please share. Also, who is your favorite character? And if you saw any twists coming, or what twist threw you the hardest? It's so good! It's so good! I am Christine. I make videos every Tuesday. YouTube is glitching like crazy. If you're subscribed, and you're not getting notifications for my videos, I'd love it if you hit that little bell button down there. Click that bell, you'll get notifications. I'm @XTMay on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye! No.